All right, so we are on page 5 of the Chapter 3 practice test for geometry. Number 33 says, find the slope of the line. So if you have 2 points that are graphed on a coordinate plane, all you need to do is count what your rise over your run is. So I would say this is 1, 2, 3, negative 3, and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the slope of this line is negative 3/5. This line is going up from left to right. So it's going to have a positive slope of up 1 and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So positive 1/5. Number 35. Find the slope of the line through the pairs of points. So if you have a graph, you can graph the 2 points and count it. If you don't have the graph, you're going to use the slope formula, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And then you just want to make sure you plug in your numbers correctly. So you're going to take negative 14 minus negative 11 over 0 minus negative 18. And then you're going to use your pre-algebra skills to simplify this. If you are subtracting a negative, that's the same as adding a positive. So you have negative 14 plus 11, which is negative 3. And then change the subtracting a negative to adding a positive. So 18, this will reduce to negative 1/6. I'm going to use the same formula on number 36. So for my slope, I'm going to have negative 18 minus negative 7. And then in the denominator, I'm going to have 5 minus negative 16. To simplify, I change this to plus, 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 plus. Negative 18 plus 7 is negative 11. 5 plus 16 is 21. And as much as I'd like to reduce that, it doesn't look like you can. All right. Write the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line of each line given the slope and y-intercept. So the slope goes in for m, and the y-intercept goes in for b, into the equation y equals mx plus b. So for number 37, you have a slope of 2. You're going to have y equals 2x, and a y-intercept of negative 1, so it should be 2x minus 1. For 38, you're going to have y equals 7/2 x plus 2. Then it gets a little bit trickier. So now we want to write the slope-intercept form of the equation line through the given point and with the given slope. So we're going to use this for our x, this for our y, and this for our m. The only part we're missing out of here is the b. So we want to get a new b. So we're going to take that negative 4, plug it in for y. Take that m, plug it in for m. Take the 1, plug it in for x. And then simplify until we figure out what our new b is. 1/4 times 1 is 1/4. And if we subtract that 1/4 from both sides, that gets us a b of negative 4 1/4. And we already know the slope because they gave it to us. So we're going to have y equals 1/4 x minus 4 1/4. Sometimes they change this to an improper fraction, so you'd go 4 times 4 is 16, plus 1 more is 17, so negative 17/4. So you can either write it like this, or you can write it as y equals 1/4 x minus 17/4. And if it's multiple choice, you have to just know which one it is. All right. Number 40. So we're going to plug this in for x, this in for y, and 0 in for m. So we're going to have 1 is equal to 0 times negative 5 plus b. Anything times 0 is 0, so our b in this case is just 1. Our m is 0, so we have y equals 0x plus 1. Or you can just write y equals 1. Jumping down to number 41, we're going to sketch the graph. This is in slope-intercept form, so this one crosses the y-axis at negative 4. So on the y-axis, we go down 1, 2, 3, 4, put a point. From there, the slope is 1/2, so you're going to go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. Make sure you put little arrows at the end of your line. Number 42, we need to change this equation to slope-intercept form first. So we're going to subtract 5x from both sides, and we get 4y equals negative 5x plus 12. We want to divide everything by 4. So we get y equals negative 5/4 x plus 3. So this one crosses the y-axis at positive 3, so go up 3, put a point. Slope is down 5/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So your line looks like this. All right, flip over to the last page. Up the top with number 43, write the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line through the given points. So if you have a graph, you can graph them, count your slope, see if you can figure out the y-intercept, or you can do it algebraically. So I'm going to graph them. I'm going to go over to the right 2, down 1, and 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the line is going to look something like this. Now, if we need to find out the exact y-intercept, instead of going up 3, up 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, sorry, let's count that, 4 over 1. So m is 4 over 1, positive. We could go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, backward 1, down 1, 2, 3, 4, backward 1. So we actually find out that our y-intercept is at negative 9. So we can just write our equation of our line as y equals 4 over 1x minus 9. Jumping down to number 44, write slope-intercept form. And we have some conditions. So we need our line to go through 2, 1. So here's 2, 1 right there. And it needs to be parallel to the line y equals negative 2x plus 1. So if 1 is the y-intercept, it's right here. Negative 2 over 1, we go down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. So it's this line right here. We need a line that goes through this same point. So we want to go down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. But if we keep going this direction, we're going to get further away from the x-axis or the y-axis. So what about if we go up 2, backwards 1, up 2, backwards 1? We get our y-intercept right there. And we can write our equation of the line. This one crosses at 5. So it's going to be y equals that same parallel slope of negative 2 over 1x. And this one crossed at positive 5. Number 45, we need a line that's perpendicular. So it's going to have a negative reciprocal slope. Let's try the point negative 5 over 1. Number 45 is different in that it's perpendicular instead of parallel, so it should have a negative reciprocal slope. Okay? So let's graph the point negative 1, negative 5. So go 1 to the left, down 5. And the other line is going to be y equals 1/9 x minus 5. So it's going to cross the y-axis at negative 5, right next to it, and have a slope of up 1 over 9. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So this line is going to have this slope flipped, so 9 over 1, but it needs to be negative. So from here, we need to go down 9, but that's going to take us off the graph. But let's see where it would be at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That'd be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we would cross the y-axis at negative 14. But if we wanted to get the one up here, we just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, backwards 1. So these two lines should be perpendicular. And there they go.